relate to being dismissive of others. Okay,
Pretty
so
much.
I'll go first, maybe. I'll go first. I'll go first. Well, it's just it's I'm not very proud of it. Well, I don't think anybody can be proud of being dismissive of others, but this is something I heard from a friend of mine who was really blunt with me. Because I tell people to tell me what they think of something I did, or they think of say I do something and I'm like, what do you think? Give me your honest opinion. And they do. They give me their honest opinion. And I'm like, no, but there was this other side to it, and I tried to justify it, okay?
Hmm.
And this friend, she gave me a reality check, and she told me, if you don't want it, don't ask for it, okay? And if you can't deal with it, don't ask for it. But
Yeah.
you did ask for it, you know? And that I think that's how I'm very dismissive of others. I'm very dismissive of um opinions, and
Yeah.
which is something that I'm trying hard to manage. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah. Yeah. I had been very dismissive about certain things, especially when it comes to romantic relationships. And uh, I got into my last relationship being, this dismissive person for some reasons. And
Hmm.
I didn't realize that I had been dismissive
Okay.
continuously, and that
Okay.
pattern continued. And my ex-partner was telling me, you are not just listening carefully what she had to say. So
Okay.
it took some time to realize, but by the time you know things have already gone in the wrong
Escalate.
direction.
Yeah.
However, I know that I had been very dismissive most of the times.
Hmm.
uh, I think it comes from the way I experienced my previous relationships before the
Okay.
last one. And
Okay.
as you know, I have slight ego when it comes to certain things. uh, yeah, I think these things have a huge role to play, but now I am working on these things.
Yeah.
I'm trying to listen to, even with you when we speak on the phone,
Yeah.
I'm trying to listen more rather than
Yes,
just,
I
yeah, yeah,
yes.
yeah, yeah. It's very hard
It,
because I always think about certain things that I have to do
yeah.
next minute. My brain
Yeah.
runs all over the place.
Yeah.
It takes some practice, but I am doing it right now. Hopefully,
It
I
does.
have become more of paying
You
attention.
have.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think you have, like, because sometimes you talk and or I talk and you listen, and sometimes I don't hear you, and I think maybe I don't have signal, or you're that quiet when you listen. And then yeah, I think we discussed about this, because maybe we're thinking of what next to say after this person finishes,
yeah.
could be a thing. But I believe that it's, for me, a survival tactic as well, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Could be
Explain.
like, yeah, so okay. So when I was adapting to life in London, I get a lot of inputs about how to do things. For example, where to shop, what sort of jobs to apply for, and etc. And so it was too much noise, so many opinions, too many opinions. And I know that they all came from a good place, okay? But sometimes I found myself interrupting a person who was giving me their opinion about the job market. Okay. And I was adamant about sticking to the field of education. That I was willing to gamble with my chances, by the time. And it's just because many of the people by that time, whoever comes to countries like these, we apply for jobs and we go for the first one that we get to
Hmm.
survive. And
Yeah.
so I've had so many opinions about how things might not go as I would want it to. And and when you come to a country like UK, you're willing to hustle.
Yeah.
I was like, if I don't get work in education, I will be a waitress at a cafe because you see it in the movies, and it looks very romantic. It looks cute, and you get an apron and everything. And you know what? It's it's a damn hard job to get, and
Yes. Great.
yeah, it's hard to get jobs at Starbucks or Costa Coffee or supermarkets like Tesco or Sainsbury or Asda or Aldi. It's hard to get those jobs. People don't think about it. People take it for granted. Okay, if I don't get this, I will get a job there.
Yeah.
But it's, you know, when when they do find a spot, there are hundreds of people like us or from countries like ours of all ages, educational qualifications, etc., applying for the same job, you know? And then, so these are really tough jobs, and I have so much respect for the people who do these. I realized this because I adamantly wanted this person to understanding that I'm going to hold on a little bit more to
Mm.
find a job in education, and I wanted the opinions to stop, you know? And so this person was giving me advice. I interrupted the conversation, and in a quite obvious way that I sort of horrified myself. And because I'm pretty sure it came off as rude and, very, very dismissive and
Aggressive, maybe.
aggressive, yeah, aggressive, which is an avoidant attachment style. Um, but well, this. I'm trying to avoid it, but it's not. I'm not very good at it, and it's not the best, but I am trying.
Yeah, yeah. What
So
matters is you're trying, and
yeah,
the
yeah.
first step of rectifying something is understanding. So you have already understood that. That's the
Oh
best
yeah,
thing. Without
that's true.
getting that clarity, you can't work on anything.
Yes, sure. Yeah, that's true. And okay, so another thing that I'm really bad at is
Okay.
good
Good
boundaries.
boundaries.
So okay, I'll go first because
Yeah, you should.
I have yep. So I have very good boundaries at my workplace. I'll start with a good thing. Good boundaries at work at my workplace, okay? But that's because I'm trained to do so. I'm like ethically, my judgment calls as a professional educator at a school prevents me from getting very attached. So when this happens, I sort of overcompensate with the friendships that I make in my, you know, um, life out of my
Yeah.
workplace by having no boundaries at all with other people.
Let it
And
loose.
yes, letting it go. Like,
Yeah.
well, when you work with young people, like especially students who have special educational needs, the best attitude you should remember to have is that they don't need your sympathy, they need your empathy because a lot of people try to give sympathy, but that doesn't help at all. But
Hmm.
empathy helps. Um, and I, for one, put a lot of effort to keep it that way when I deal with all the people in my life as well. But this is very tiring. It comes to a point it's very, very tiring to, step into someone else's shoes and think like them. And I'm human after all. And so I fall back on people around me for support whenever it gets emotionally exhausting. And when I get very vulnerable because I know I need help,
Hmm.
but I have not figured out yet how to ask for help, if it makes sense.
Yeah, yeah.
I it sounds weird, but I don't know how to do it. Ask for help. It's um so then what I do is I pick on the wrong people to ask for help, or like get whatever help they're giving me, and end up getting disappointed. And I believe I need better help, and then I get upset. So that's how I do not know how to, yeah, navigate around good boundaries. What about you?
Boundaries. Uh,
Yep.
I think I used to have very rigid boundaries.
Okay.
Because of that, I had been very dismissive. I think they are correlated. So I was
Yeah.
trying to protect those boundaries instead of
Hmm.
understanding what's really happening.
Hmm.
This being dismissive, trying to protect
Hmm.
that boundary.
Hmm.
Uh, I usually, when it comes to friendships, I have healthy boundaries, but
Hmm.
in my personal life, my romantic relationships I used to have rigid boundaries over certain things, and I wasn't willing to let them go when it was needed. That's
Yeah.
one thing I did wrong.
Okay.
As you said, it's a compromise. Uh, whether we should protect the boundary or whether you should protect the relationship.
Yeah.
What matters the most? I
Yeah.
think that's a decision you have to make. But I think I made the wrong decision most of the times. It
Oh, no,
happens.
don't say that. No,
Yeah,
yeah. But yeah, well, we're trying, aren't we?
yeah, yeah. We are.
Trying very
That's
hard.
what
Yeah.
matters.
Yeah.